Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the first decan of Sagittarius, which is 0 to 9.59 degrees. 5-9, of course, it represents minutes of arc. The next decan technically begins at 10 degrees Sagittarius. Now, the ruler, which is ruler is Jupiter, and then you have the sub-ruler, which is Jupiter as well. This could be very emphasized, Sagittarius energy and characteristics. The person, as far as appearance goes, can be, middle stature to tall, more, heavy set, I would say, than the other two. Sagittarius, decans on average. The person may be exceptionally expansive, jocular, jovial, optimistic, blunt, even self-righteous and foolhardy. This is a person that could be the consummate humorist. I had a Sagittarius friend that had his son in this interval between 0 to 9.59 degrees. And he was the kind of person I could see him being, the commodian, the comedian at the party. He put on like some fake handcuffs on me one day, things of that nature. And also, very, about being very voracious, even if it's at a point where it might hurt the person. He even said to me, he was very blunt and frank regarding this. He said, you ever think maybe I hang out with those people more compared to you because I like them better. It was very hurtful, but he was being voracious and truthful at the same time. Now, the thing about this is, as far as this could be a person that the Sagittarius, very emphasized Sagittarius activities, such as sports, the outdoors, camping, adventure, exploration, foreign travel, publishing. They may be done with a tremendous amount of exuberance and enthusiasm. And I would say this is the most adaptable of the Sagittarius decans because you have, this is the Sagittarius, decan of Sagittarius, and it's mutable. It's a mutable sign. I would say too, they may have the most luck and fortune of all the Sagittarius decanates. Decanate is a synonym for decan, so it's one or the other. Now, the person it could be the most prosperous, of the decans on average. And the thing about this is a person that can likely, see, the positive, the upside in virtually anything in most situations. Now, this could be, person that might often, be that incorrigible optimist and often incorporate this great optimism they have into whatever it is, they're doing. And this is a person that could be very averse to being around, negative, melancholy, pessimistic people. I would say too, this could often, again, this is a person that could be very, about being very, emphasizing veracity and truthfulness. And I'd say the most humorous of the Sagittarius decans, this person I could see really, thriving and flourishing, working as, a comedian or, being a clown. Uh, this is somebody, again, talked about the fake handcuffs thing. It's the person that might be that one that is very, it's say, proficient in the practical jokes department, the whoopee cushion guy, kind of thing, can of worms. This is, and I think the thing about this is that this is also a person on a negative side. It could be construed as positive to some degree, not afraid to laugh at you out loud. Instead of like, how a lot of us, will just, joke about people when they're not around. This is a person, they think something is funny and about you and you just did something funny. They will probably, there's a very good possibility they will laugh out loud and they're not going to care whether it bothered you or not. So, if you're, a sensitive type, like you have like me, having a dominant Cancerian influence in my chart, it could bother those people. But you could get used to it because I think, Sagittarius people, they generally, their good qualities can often, outweigh the bad because they are people. Again, being the incorrigible optimists, they could be excellent motivators, especially this person with this Sagittarius first deep. People that want to bring life to others, to restore some kind of hope, inspire others. This could be a very good, I would say, motivational speaker. So this is a person, because they thrive so much on optimism and positivity. I would say there's a lot more good about this person in contrast to negative things about him or her. Now the thing is, as I've stated in previous videos, though, you've got to look at contraindicators and modifying influences in the chart, because as I've stated before, we're not comprised. One proponent in the chart does not make the person, does not make the whole. Not to isolate any one component in the chart and make an astrological analysis on it, astrologically speaking, because we're the sum of all the components in the chart, not just one. Say, for example, somebody has, this Sagittarius, sun in this first decan, but, let's say they have, a feminine introverted ascendant, such as Cancer, Pisces, or Capricorn, and they have, preponderance of planets on the bottom half of the chart, and I should say, or a preponderance of planets on the bottom half of the chart. The person may not be, as optimistic and expansive as the typical person with the sun in this first decan of Sagittarius. So you got to look at everything in the chart, when you're making, an analysis, on the person. And it's a person too that may be, someone that is very enamored with traveling abroad. I think my friend I told you about that had the excuse me, Sagittarius sun in this first decan. I think he may have been in the military and traveled overseas quite a bit. And this is a person that just really may want to be that meander, that traveler. And there could be a very strong freedom urge with this person. Gemini is more about not wanting to be pinned down figuratively, but this Sagittarius is more of a physical nature. The person can be very adventurous, having the double dose of Sagittarius, and someone that may not want to be, idle or stagnant for, prolonged or protracted period of time. So it's important to remember this. If you do get, involved with this person, him or her can be somebody, might have certain restlessness, may want to, go to a lot of different places. If you're somebody that's very, introverted and homebody to some degree, it can be difficult, as far as the energy to deal with this, because you can be, it may be hard to keep this person in one, spot for, a prolonged, time. But again, I would say, the good in this person certainly overrides and surpasses the negative. So, because a very Sagittarius, very, kind, benevolent nature. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.